won't be here for long. Alright, hopefully this is hopefully the YouTube is getting started. Looks like it's kicking in. Give it in a second. Okay. And I think we're good. Let me put these up so that I know that they're all okay. And then I'm gonna get right into it since we don't have much time, or at least I don't. I look rough and just clad in all black today, unfortunately. Just how it has to be. This shouldn't take me too hard, since I'm just drawing today. I'm not like gaming. Though I do need to play ZZZ before I can go to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna be over capping that steaming off. I hope you guys don't hear anything from Twitch stuff that I'm going around. Trying to go to my channel. Oh, yeah. Okay. He's muted properly, so. Okay. Put that there, put this here. Gonna at least take this. And then get this set up if it's fine. Okay. I think we're ready. That didn't take too long, now did it? Oh, one more thing. I need to see chat, right? I should be seeing both chats. That's nice. I'll have to make it easy on myself eventually, but for now this works. I'm just gonna jump into it. I drew a lot off, well, not a lot off screen, but I drew a lot of the stuff that I wanted to draw on screen, off screen, such as Frika. We got Frika in here. We also have a second drawing for Frika down here. We'll add in a little text box for these, which we're plugging in here. Up here we got Commander, and Rappy's gonna be right there, so we're probably gonna be drawing Rappy. That's probably gonna be a decent chunk of the stream. Just because I'm slow, you know, and I'm giving myself the time. Oh, I don't have my shine. I'm giving myself the time to kind of fail. Yeah, you get that down. Other than that, I'm gonna be drawing a ZZZ drawing here with Norma. What's her name? Norma, but it's not there. So I want to get this this meme going. And I'll see if I get to that. But other than that, with all that said, time to go straight into it. Hopefully you guys can't hear my music. I know you guys have your own music, but unfortunately I don't have headphones today, so I got my music on a phone to the side. Hopefully it's not coming through. But if it does, I hope someone will say anything. Shout out to anyone who stopped by. Here we go. Getting into the art. I always appreciate it. What are we doing? Let's finish up some of the Anish drawing. And we'll put where we put our text box? Obviously not up there. Where's the layers? I'm gonna put it on a different layer. Actually, fear that I'm gonna end up using this for something else, or animating it uniquely. How much room do we have? Not much. Like room down here. A lot of not music. So yeah, that's it. That's all we're doing for today. I'm trying to remember some techniques. We need to go over to Anise. I'm like, why do I feel guideless? Because I don't have a guide. There's a lot of techniques that I adopted over the last 2 days that have been leading me to actually get better drawing. But they've been kind of a struggle to keep in mind. But it pays off to just watch somebody draw and try and study what they're doing and how fast they're switching gears to certain different objectives in order to get certain results. Which is what I've come to realize a little bit. That one's unfortunate. It's unfortunate I have to go all the way through the airbrush to get to the eraser. Considering changes and things. Oh, my fan's coming on. This is the one thing I worry about. I have no clue if it comes through. Or I know it gets caught by the mic a little bit, but I have no clue how much it comes through. So I do apologize. If this is the first time it's turning on, I apologize. Definitely gotta clean up some of these lines. I think this is obviously a strand of hair of some kind. Leave that line in there. I really hope the sound isn't coming through too much. Maybe I'll pause my music just in case it catches my music thanks to the fan opening up the mic's thresholds or whatever. That's what I feel like is happening. But unfortunately, without headphones, I really can't check it. Unless I go back in time on YouTube. You know what? I probably could check it. Give me a second. Just right before this talk, I'll be figuring out whether or not it is okay for me to play music. Alright, so this is mostly shoulder over here, so all this kerfuffle is not really relevant. And we have at most, I think from the angle that we're seeing that, if you see that like that at best, with a constant wrap around. I'm gonna be lifting a lot right now. I am just kind of cold, kind of warm. I'm in a weird place. Not a place to be thinking about every single thing that I'm doing when I'm trying to work. does go on with this. I know there's strength ropes underneath. How those, oh, we don't want to mess with this right here. We want this to be mostly a blank space for here. Oh, wait. Would this be right, guys? I do think so. I don't know what's up with this line, but we can get rid of it. We don't need it. Things are on counts. Counts aren't too bad. But there's probably too many counts. Maybe I should, I don't know. Well, I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, let me track back. Let me see if my music's coming through so I know if I can play some music. I'm too wrapped up in the drawing part of things. At least it's looking pretty okay. Gotta clean some of this area up a lot. But it's alright. I don't really know what's going on here. But I would say I like this line that's in here. I don't really care that much for this one. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I see where it is. It's behind this line. Yeah, that counts as too far. So it ends up goes brush into airbrush. We can move the brush over from the airbrushes on one of them. The problem with having 4 brushes or 6 brushes and 4 of them are the same and only 2 of them are different. You can't even split the brushes up like 3 by 3. If I were to split them up 3 by 3, who would hang with the airbrushes? Probably the air or the soft eraser. Right. This would give us the ability to kind of juggle in between the hard writing, the hard eraser, and I don't think like to juggle between the hard eraser. And then if we stick the airbrushes with the eraser still, it still ends up being 3 clicks away. But if we put it over here, it still ends up being 3 clicks away either way. I'm thinking. If only I had another button on this controller. I think. My hand likes to press these. These are undo. This one's what? This one's blend. What is this? Next. I guess this can be airbrush. I don't use airbrush that much, and it kind of does mess with the whole back and forth that I'm trying to use. Blend being here is fine. I'm messing with my shortcut settings so that I can have faster workflow. Hopefully faster workflow. Alright. So, come down to airbrush. We are going to repurpose you and you. Edit, boom. Yes, overwrite. Edit, boom. Yes, overwrite. Cool. Alright. So that should lead me to have like certain options. Hopefully. What's undo? This is undo. Yeah, this is the danger of put it in here. It's like right next to the undo button to reach the airbrushes. Need to be careful of that. Is that okay? And the blend is next to it too, so that's okay. Good. I just have to cross them though to reach airbrushes. That's all. A little worrisome. If only I had another button. Gotta make do. Alright, back to drawing. This is undo and this is redo. Okay. Gotcha. It's already kind of weird. Let me go there for that. But if we want to see hard brush, you have to go here. Okay. Hard eraser. Easy so far. Return to the hard brush. Alright, let me go check on that time period so I can see if I can listen to my music. Is this not the hard brush? It isn't. Oh, well, that does explain things. The hard brush is kind of too hard. Okay, is that the case? I think a lot of the grays end up being like behind and whatnot. You can almost be cleaned up now. A lot of them can. And you would think this might be a one brush drawing, but that's the thing. So many brushes at play. That kind of surprises me that other artists do this. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they actually can alter their pen pressure to a ideal amount for that. So this pinch is hard. It's not pinching nearly hard enough. That's primarily because of because it pinches hard here, and then it balloons, and then it curls back in a little bit. And you really gotta pinch to the balloon. Yeah, that's what I really want to feel. Pinch to the balloon. Which airbrush comes first? The painting one. So the eraser only comes after. They're funny. Is that 49? It is, right? Things are depicted in here pretty good. Those are some things that are really good when I touch that. I'm messing with the brushes. At 49, and that's the it should intersect where that line intersects with the tongue. It looks like it has funny teeth. We'll get rid of that line there. We'll probably fix up these teeth and figure out how they should look angled wise. I think they're just a little off. It's not too bad, but it's enough to like make me think, they can be shaped just a bit better than that. What is that line? What is that line? Where's that line coming from? Why is it oh, I know exactly what it's doing. Once I flipped it, I understood. Should we do this then? That's the question. Should we do this? Come down here. Probably not. Probably not. Probably best. Do that. Leave this open. And then curve everything down from here. It's a little bit more niche. I think we gotta get rid of this line though. I think that line is an issue. Because that's the line that's intersecting right here. Did I miss something? Ah, that's what happened. I'm like, yeah, we should get rid of that line. But this line shouldn't go all the way to the wall. Should not go all the way to the wall. And I think we're looking pretty good. Let's give her some final lining. Final linings. That didn't really work out very well, now did it? I'm down to make it nice and thick. Right, and then we can use the airbrush to get rid of it this time. Not the airbrush, but the soft brush removal. Alright, I'm gonna lose that position in time if I don't set off right now and like figure out my music comes through and the stuff is what we're calling it. It's only been 20 minutes, so it shouldn't be too hard to find, but yeah, the longer I wait, the harder it's gonna be. Alright. I do think we're good, mostly. There's definitely some nice stuff that I eventually want to hammer home and get done, but for now, that's fine. We can move down. We definitely need to do her hair over here, but to be honest, I don't really know what to expect. Stuff like this. ZZZ might end up being a disappointment. I hope it doesn't. The only reason I say that is because of the fans, though. They're just way too content with whatever they get. Classical universe issues with the fan base. Way too content. will garner success. Sure, fans and their support matter, but it also matters if the game is growing or shrinking. And it's constantly shrinking, and the fans are like, yeah, it doesn't matter. People gravitate to other games, have more fun with other games, feel like they can do more things in other games, and I wonder why. Anyways, let's focus on the hair. Let's focus on the niece's hair right now. I'm not here to talk about gotcha games. I'm gonna go ahead and move down, start detailing out some of this stuff, but not all of it. Make blocks, use airbrushes, and the things that are disposable. Different airbrushes. Do you feel that, Caroline? I need my music. I'm risking it for the biscuit. Bounce off anyway. I'll check it later. Alright. Are we done with our news? No. No, we are not. We'll put the same design over here. Alright. What is this strap here? Or this line here? Why did I draw this? Like I was just imagining what her shirt is kind of like, but it seems like it's more like this. We got a whole lot of chest that we can take a look at. Unless it was supposed to be her arm or something. No. I think that's just me making lines. Because her straps go behind her boobs. Let's start with this. No, that's my own fault. That is true. Yeah, that's what I feared with this line. Sometimes you gotta set up a primer line. Do I need to set up a primer line, or do I need to like start shifting the density on this mofo? That's the question, right? Ah, we're going back to time. Okay, we're good. Look, I like that angel. I like them all. Like, I'm busy. So we rim around this with this. Same here. Make something like this, and then like here. And then the thing connects with the bottom of the stick or something like that. So it might not even be high enough. And I use the black lines for block? I guess I could, right? Never even tried. I always use them for detailing. Let me see. Disconnect these pieces, clean this area up a bit. What's going on with this? The hood. I'm gonna miss it. Ooh. I'm missing a hood line. Let's clean up some of this stuff. I don't know what I'm working with. Does she have a star on her chest? She does. Damn. She has this very different, unique star. Oh shit, am I drawing this backwards? That was sucky. think density is my biggest issue here. My biggest issue. When it gets smaller, the density gets even tougher to use. I might have to start shifting the density for the smaller drawings. Let's see, this comes down here. Go back and explain the kind of low here. So these guys are always on a shifting dial based off what I mean. 8. There we go. Now it's back on them. Trying to use it. That's looking better. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. It's supposed to get bigger, not smaller. Oops. That was my bad. Back on. Almost time to move over to wrappy. Actually, what happens here? This wraps around. We're supposed to be pinching the boobs. Like, you can see it over there. We need some overspill. There you go. Some overspill. That's the only really side we need it on. We don't get to see much over here. Because it does come down. But it looks like it goes back. The rest of this is going to be boob. I don't really see the downward spike. We're probably going to need to really do Rika's eyes here. Because even though she looks really cute with faint eyes, Anissa's eyes are way more poppy. They're over-attracting me before I get attracted to Rika over here, you know? So I think that's going to have to be eventually dealt with. What we're probably going to do in a bit is head over to Raffy, though. Right? Very much so on the knees. Her hair's looking pretty good. Didn't do her ear. Technically, just her ear down here. That could be something. It could be. You know, went up to 75. It depends on the scale. If we're all the way down up here now, maybe go down. Get the results that I seek. Twos and nines. Twos and nines are pretty good. Doing tests on brush density. Yeah, hands down, I'm not going this year right. I don't want to do way anymore with it. but we're testing. We're gonna push it back because I didn't really do a great job. It really didn't add anything to the drawing. So those were testing. But as for the outfit, I'm thinking it's mostly done, which is why my brain is like, we can move on. Like everything else is kind of like small individual elements. I think I know what it is. There's something about my brush that feels just a bit off. Trying to put my finger on it. I think I figured it out. But for the most part, I don't need to do anything more on this chest. It's mostly as it looks. How the boobs look compared to how they used to? They used to look like this, and now look like this. She's not like supposed to be, accurately sized. It's not like a big deal. She's supposed to be a little bit chibi. I could let it go for now. And then just come back to it later. eye is mispositioned. I can see it from afar. Dun, 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 dun. Little section of the drawing is ill positioned. Somewhat in a better position now. Decide whether the chest increases work. It's kind of okay. I could balance the chest a little bit, which is nice. That little long side, a little weird here. That was the cheese, so that's to the exact thing. Shouldn't dilly-dally too much. The essence when at the end of the drawing, you just mess around with it, keep playing with it, even though you know you can be done. Since the eye move is just a little. That's some text. Put it up here. Debating. I know about the second phrase that I want in this. The stop trying to seduce the commander. But I don't know about I don't know how much you guys hear that stuff. But yeah, I don't know about what I want to say first. I'm thinking, hey commander, but that seems so lame, right? I've learned how lame my dialogue is. I've learned in recent times. Ooh, that's better. At first I was going to say, hey Frika, stop trying to seduce the commander. But I think, hey, stop trying to seduce the commander, Frika. It's a lot better, right? It just flows like a lot more natural in terms of dialogue coming from a human mouth. Because she would address what Frika's doing first, but saying, hey Frika, it's like addressing her personally, not addressing her actions, right? Saying, hey Frika, stop trying to introduce the commander, instead of saying, hey, that addresses the action. Dialogue is so easily fucked upable. It's so funny. So easily fucked upable. Oh man. Should we do cap locks? I guess it doesn't technically matter, but I know that they technically come out looking just slightly different. Oh wow, my nephews are here. The lucky bastards. I could have been at work. Oh, man. Oi. Had to stress before I came back to the station. Stress. Obviously, I had to get the door for my nephew. Had to get the door for my nephew. Oh, just saw the shower. I'm gonna have to clean the shower. David is the shower. No, don't tell him I said that. Small snack. Do we have the cap lock on? We're gonna make a non-cap lock version, then we're gonna make a cap lock version. Let's make a non-cap lock version first. And then we'll just turn them on and off and see their differences. See what's going on. Did I just... I'm still writing in caps. I'm still writing in capitalization. I'm using shit because that's just how my brain works. Yes, stop using shit. What is stuff to do? That's what I do. I'm going on vernacular. I'll go get the correct spelling in a moment. I was never good at English. Man, it's my something. I feel capitalized with that. There we go. That's not what we want to do. Come down here. Should be right here, right? If we just say cube aspect ratio, but it's not there. Maybe I don't have it here. Just an odd. Nothing not to have. Should be a toggle. Toggle. Here we go. Resize. What about this? Over here. Mode skew. This is what it is. The mode over here. I forgot I did shift the mode for skew for things. That means it's an awesome put things in perspective, right? You can only skew, rotate, skew, or rotate. I can only skew text while I was in a text box. And can't really do too much with just skewing things, if you ask me. It helps put text in certain places, in certain ways, sure, but ultimately, yeah, let me get that scale, rotate, and skew, since it's happening anyways. Ultimately, it's not really my jam. But that is interesting to note. You could just scale and rotate, and then you can start fitting things super proper. So this is non-cap lock version, right? Now, for the sake of comparison, we're gonna also make this thing look a little bit more action oriented. We're definitely gonna get in here and do some freestyle. We'll do that probably after we come down here and draw this freestyle. If we get that far along, we still gotta do rapping. Alright, back to the business. Back to the business. Cap lock or no cap lock? Let me duplicate this. What we could do is just capitalize it. That's why I say capitalization does lead to a variance. And how things end up looking. What it seems to do. Oh no, that's bold. Never mind. I'm a liar. That's not capitalization. Oh, I'll have to write it. Alright. And we'll write it. New only apply. I'm seeing something. Maybe there is an option. I don't know. So I just want to at least get one more check. Position, font, studio, outline. Yeah, no capitalization. Ooh, what is it? Contextual alternate. Okay, never mind. Current is important, but I recommend text writing, not important, line spacing, also not important. None of that matters either. Text list, no, none of that matters. Yeah, there's no quick button for it. Oh no. Quick video. I want to test out the two different text, actually, writing myself. It's pretty easy. Yeah, I think I can remember this. I spelled some too strong, so we're just gonna spell it the way we spelled it. Say doops. Tell me. Yeah, there's like a little bit about phallicism. It's a little strange, but honestly, they barely make a difference. Just in a position a little bit for overall shape of letterings, when I'm just like looking back and forth to check the letterings. You know, one of them has curved tips to the top of the T, the other one doesn't have a curved tip to the top of the T. In some cases, no, this just has less of a curved tip to the top of the T. But it's there. The U's are looking pretty normal. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Last but not least, so I'm just going to keep with the non-capitalization for when I use this stuff. Since that part doesn't matter. But there is something that does matter, and that is the choice in font. I'm pretty sure the one that I'm choosing right now is my go-to Clip Studio font. But just to check, the one I'm using right now is technically Clip Studio Italic. Okay. Okay then. Clip Studio Italic. Is that what I used over here with? What's her name? Nikke. My name used to draw wasn't too great, but that was way earlier days. We live Clip Studio Italic. Yep, it's been consistent. Just making sure. think Anise needs a few edge lines to really like encompass all of her lines. I think some of the edges of her lines are too light. Either that or we can soften some of the image up by airbrushing her eyes down a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. I've been one hand drawing for a minute here. That's why we haven't been moving very far, very fast. Getting both of my hands back now that I'm done snacking. I got to see what we can do here. So these drawing looks pretty good. I wonder what it is that's all. Any major problems with her niece? Yeah, her eye. I don't mind the eye rack placement. Just the position of that eye. Okay. Oh. It's fine. It's drawn on the wrong way. No, I think we're good. Oh yeah, those are just changes of grade. This is a little kind of on point. This way, but I need more of these. Alright, we can move on. Like, there's a few lines that I want to clean up on that piece, but honestly, it's looking pretty fine. So we can probably either draw the freaka down here, which is what we're probably going to get into pretty soon. Just freaka down here. And then, we also got to get Rappy going. So we'll probably get started with Rappy first, though. Come over here and play with Rappy. being Commander. I got a little bit of time before I have to go to work, so I'm gonna do anything. I better go do it now. Oh yeah, let me see if the audio catches. That should have been a great test right there. I'm gonna go to what is it, hear that? Let me hear that. I guess not. Alright, y'all can't hear me at all. I turned up the music. Yeah, I think the music's fine, to be honest. I think my voice becomes very much, which I guess I could turn me up a bit. Just a bit, right? But, what do you call it? I'll put down the music. You can schmink it. We'll go down to 35. Alright, back to my music. Seems like y'all can't hear what's coming through my phone. The music that you guys listen to probably overshadows it, even if it comes to the mic a bit. So, don't matter. It don't matter. Well, you probably heard that one, because I had to turn up to hear my own audio. See if I was even speaking. Alright, in a few minutes, I'm gonna go do the thing, but let's see if we can get some rappy elements in here. I don't know what rappy elements we can get here. So her hand would be on the gun from that side. So this side we can go ahead and block out this for the gun. It's primarily gun, and then we'll probably see the hand a little bit behind there. Meanwhile, this hand is holding just the bottom of this.
Well, here's the sleep shop's answer. Well, here's the sleep shop's answer.
And we can have self-care strokes. 59 for the soft. We can go down to 49 for now. 49 is always a pretty good start for soft stroke. Sorry, I have to reposition myself a little bit. Sorry, that made a lot of noise. So I guess would it be too much louder than the fucking audio? You know the tough part about it is that the music is so different depending on the song. Oh wait a minute. It's even louder now than the last song, from what I can see. Take our time. Step right in here, nice and easy. Why should we not give ourselves more work than we want? I don't like this thing going in this direction. It gives it like this little scope. And this is still just like right there. But we probably won't see it because it goes over right behind us. Alright, how much gun do we have here? Let's see, I need another value in between 49 and 75 that I really want. Either that, I'm gonna have to figure something out. Switching back and forth between numbers. I didn't make somebody look mad to this game. Damn. I ended up coming over here. Oh, that's fine. Not much going on over there, thankfully. We'll worry about this area later. I can get rid of that. Put this here. Move that like that. Can't forget the airbrush sometimes. So I just see boobs, and this should be what, empty? Like, it doesn't make sense. Of course, she's holding a gun, so this would have to be body, right? I think I can actually increase the size of the boobs and location of the boobs. Relative to the arms. And that should help us see that behind that. But keep in mind, this is gun. The gun. take some time and actually do the commander and some of the stuff that he told me. Plus the paintbrush. So it's 100, maybe 57. That's about a real size. I think it's in the 60s, just to be honest. I'm feeling about that. Maybe 63. I'm feeling about that. 65. I'm feeling about that. 66. Yeah, I like 66. It's just beyond my understanding. Which is exactly what I want. Hold on, Rapia sends her hair one direction for most of the strands, so gotta go that direction. I probably kind of doing that, probably true. Too thick. I'm gonna try and get the emote once more. Am I using the thick brush or not? I am using 66. Wow. It is this strong. Maybe I gotta make it small. Let's see. Okie dokie, let's see. Making some decisions, obviously. That's where we went wrong. I was like, man, I don't know where this went south. We're gonna keep the adjustments short. See where it went south. She really wants to have this like going up there, so that she can like question them with her eyes, you know. Like, what did you just say? What are you doing? Ew, that's not good. These are on the wrong layers. We can cut them and then bring them over. Yeah, not big not the biggest deal. Alright, I think we're mostly done with, not with this, but like we're getting to the point where we're probably going to start considering going for an outfit, you know. And if you have like one jacket, you got one jacket with one sleeve, which happens to be the side we're covering. Let's do this side, alright. It's gonna be a toughie. But I'm gonna draw whatever's back there. Eventually. Keep moving. Come over here, play with this for a little bit. $65, we can go up to $79. I guess I'm not doing my thing. Thought I was gonna do something. I never got around to it. It's too late now. Alright, I think that's mostly the way we wanted to sketch it. You know, obviously, Alright, definitely come down here, start detailing out things. So the thing is, I think we actually need to move this here, move this setup, and move the face as well. Pretty much done with this little drawing over here. I mean, not done, but we got a decent amount of the shape in. There's some wrappy hair elements we have to detail, some other wrappy elements we have to pull out and detail eventually. Just focusing, but ultimately, it's pretty much done. Alright, we're not gonna get Norma in there. I'll probably just draw Norma when I come back from work. Maybe I won't. I'll probably have to fuck out when I come back from work. Based on how today's work is likely gonna go. Because if we leave in a moment, I'm pretty sure we will though. I can just see if my nephew gets picked up. If he doesn't get picked up on time, then I'll figure it out. Alright, other than cleaning up, which is essentially all that I really have left for me here. Alright, that's really all I have left for me here. for like actually detailing, but I'm obviously not in the mood to detail, otherwise I would have started already. Custody. I guess we can get rid of this one. I don't really need it that much anymore. So we have the underline filling. Where this would be. Therefore this is the skirt. This will still be here. Technically underneath the skirt plane. No meaning mentioned it. Right. Alrighty. I believe I'm mostly done with this. You guys wonder why the game's so good. Alright, time to go. I'm sorry, I fell asleep for like half a second. And there goes my pen. Fell asleep for half a second. There goes my pen. I think that's time to go. Ooh. Oi, 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 oi. Alright, how am I feeling about the rapping? Because we could move on. I like the rapping. I think we could detail it out some more. It's definitely come a long way from where it was. Not exactly what I wanted to be over there, but we might end up detailing it out more. I think we can't move it any further because it might start to interact with Jill Valentine. You know, Jill Valentine's gonna have that space that looks a little empty. Gonna have that space with her leg, so it's all the space they get. Unless I want to be all that guy. I just lost my pen again. Connectivity is faltering. The system's low. The Dow is over 3,000. Something like that. Maybe we can come downward in terms of length. Oh, now we're interacting, or we're intersecting with Brid and her animation a bit. Yeah. How close does Brid get already? Oh, she gets super close. I think we just gotta leave it. There we go. It is where it is. It bees where it bees. Though I do think it's a little too tight to the wall. That I do believe. Right. do believe it is a bit too tight to the wall. So we can put it maybe like right here. Alright. Looks like we're in a good spot. We can give these guys like a little text box, to be honest. And I could come finish drawing them another day. Getting them this much in there was probably more than I expected, to be honest. I think I did the suit originally on stream, so we'll see how that goes. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna do Prika. That'll be our final little hurrah. I lied. We have no final little hurrah. It's already almost 5 for me, which means I'll be, if I am leaving, I'm leaving in like the next 20 minutes. I'm gonna wait a little bit just to see how it goes. So yeah, we'll sketch, like we'll play with this for like 10 minutes, but it won't be anything special. So don't expect to see a new drawing, but at this point, hell, you probably already see in the stream if we're there. But if it's not the end of the stream for whatever reason, who would know why? I wouldn't know why. But if it's not, I guess we might just be seeing 1 or 2 more drawings. So yeah, we gotta come down here. We gotta do this other pre-cut and get it ready to be animated. Then I finally get to animate some things. And this, getting rid of those, and it's slap time. Page is getting quite filled with the good shit. Right, this section is way more cramped. It was gonna be a problem. It would be a problem if the animations. Yeah. Sorry. My nephew's calling. Gotta go. Maybe. Sorry for screaming in y'all ear. Give me a second. Oh, I was gonna take a shower, but the youngster, my nephew, he lit up the bathroom. I'm not sure what to do. I guess I gotta take a shower and funk. Oh. Don't mind my very bad attire. These are not functioning pants, okay? Not functioning pants. These are for when I'm lazing around the house and I ain't got shit to do. Yeah, so my nephew just left, which gives me ample reason to head the fuck out. Right, it gives me ample reason to head the fuck out. I got a few minutes. So this one was getting painted with a different methodology than the rest because I wanted to see what kind of methodology this could result in. Seeing to see if we need any of the information left from this. It doesn't technically discard this and move on to just this as a whole, right? Here. Prika! Get Prika up again. That won't be able to do much, but you see that Prika back image just like this. Yeah, I'm still gonna go wash up. I want to be all nice and clean for work today, so regardless of if the bathroom smells like, I want to be clean. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I totally forgot to put this trinket that's at the back of her neck here. So there's still a few things to draw on Prika. There's still a few things to draw on the lady. In the meantime, we're gonna finalize this body structure. Just a little bit of hair element, and then we're gonna use that to kind of guide our next drawing. Ooh, yeah. I can smell the bathroom now. I'm trying to let it aerate. It's not that far away from my room. This boy stopped here for 30 minutes. Lit up my bathroom. Anyways. So yeah, definitely struggling a bit here. But it's okay. It's not the first time I ever struggled while drawing, so what else is new, you know? We're using 67. Let's get Y. Let's go down to the 49s for now. Come back to 67 later. Same here. You know, this face isn't proportioned right or stuff, but it does at least allow me to see a few things. very good. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm almost ready to just come in there and detail it out. I see. JJK. This should pinch a little earlier than the other part of her body, based on position of portion of where the dot should be. That's what I'm thinking. Also, yeah, we're definitely gonna be seeing some booty cake. We'll spread it a little bit, but I think a decent amount of PPs is actually touching. Actually touching the mat. Not too much. And do it right there. I got a lot of projects to finish by the end of the year. I'm just thinking about it. Maybe like this methodology probably best. We'll see how it goes. You gotta make the butt kind of flat. Actually, the moment we're a flat line, it's not that much of a detriment. Just give it a little bit of darkness here. You want to flatten that couche. And then blade it out at the bottom. Work it right into the flatness. For some reason, I don't like this, like 64 and stuff. I don't know. I'll give it a try for a little bit, though. I might not like them, it doesn't mean that they don't do good work, you know. I might not like them, but that does not mean they don't do good work. want to play a little bit with the thighs, but we don't have the time, unfortunately. That is it for the stream. We'll get this in here doing what it needs to do. Getting close. Don't worry, I'm leaving. I'm cutting the stream. That's the way it's at. That's getting kind of long. Wanted to see what it was. Like to add those in there. What else do we do? Nothing relevant. Apparently. Okay. Let's clean this up. We can. Yeah, we can. I didn't like it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and clean some more of it up again. And try again. Wanna try again. Maybe what it is that I'm trying to create something that should be straight here. And only I think up here is going to be curving. It looks like it hasn't straightened down yet. It still has that under curve. Maybe this way. Or maybe, okay, maybe I'm doing this part wrong. Hold on. Maybe the shake shouldn't be over here. Maybe the shake should be here. Or maybe back and forth. Trying to make it seem like it's motion, like in motion without being like in motion. Maybe it's this way, and then the top part. Alright, that's not half bad. I do like the straighten out look a little bit. Let me see how much more I like it than the curve. That's how the curve looked before we started messing with it, right? Let me play with the curve real fast. I remember the straight look, and that one wasn't particularly great, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, overlook it for now. I want to see what this looks like when I give it the same motion. Ooh. I like that. Looks like everything I've been trying to draw. Alright, Mr. James. I'm wasting time. Let it call to me, Lord, call to me, so to speak. Reducing 65 is Zoe. Reducing 65 is sitting in silence, so it's getting to me. I know you guys aren't though. Low-key, this music's kind of loud. Dude, ain't no balance in the audio on this motherfucker. I just can't do it. Oh, dang. I think I'm good for a decent chunk of this. We got a niece in here, looking pretty legit. Not feeling too bad about this image anyway. But you know. All right. Good question. just all about how the things come off, right? I decided to make a few corrections because it was just wasn't feeling the right amount of complexity versus complexity to Prika. Yeah, but now she's looking pretty even. Now I'm happy. I do have to go a little. I have to go. Just readjusting my cameras for fun. But that might be it. I do try to make sure that it can catch my voice as much as possible. God dang, man. If all this music wasn't like different volumes, I probably wouldn't need to do stuff like that. Sorry. I should go to work. Let me do the mapping in my head. Alright. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second tool. 1 second tool. I'm running some logistics, but I'm running into the situation. I just gotta go. I spent too much time drawing anyway. Yesterday, I'll do today. The day before that, I believe. We didn't get to animate anything, that's for damn sure. This could be unfortunate. But we'll probably just end up animating things next stream, which will probably just be tomorrow. I knew this one was gonna probably be short. But I do believe it is indeed gonna be short. I'm probably just gonna head to work. I'll have time to shower or something like that. I'll shower when I get back. So from 6 to what point? I think we go ahead and add it. Because we're probably not right now. Yeah, that's the end of the stream. I'll check y'all later. It was a short one today. We got a couple of things done. We rendered out some of these, sketched in there Rappy, alongside played a little bit with Commander. Never got around to this. I really want to draw this, but we'll get to that. Anise is looking really good. I could play with her some more if I want to, but for now she's looking pretty dang good. And then Prika's looking fine. We did end up playing a little bit with the Prika down here. She requires a lot of work, and I do mean a lot. But we can definitely get it done. I do think that's it. That's just all we got done for today. We can press play, but unfortunately we didn't animate anything, so there's nothing playing down there. Eventually, though. Eventually. One final scroll for the goal. I look forward to extending this page just a little bit more. We were looking forward to finishing up all this stuff so we can extend this and add a few more Nikkes to the collection of drawn characters. But alright, that's it. Deuces.